Saving 5% GST sounds like a great deal. But what if the home you're already buying is overpriced by 10 or 15%? That is the trap a lot of first-time home buyers in the Fraser Valley are falling into right at this moment. The government rebate may reduce your taxes and bills, but it does not automatically mean you are buying the right home at the right price in the right location. And before you sign the pre-sale contract because someone told you you're saving GST and you can get a brand new home and save GST and property taxes, that is almost 7% of savings, you need to compare it with what is already available in the resale market. Because in today's Fraser Valley market, the better deals may not be in the pre-sale segment. It is mostly in the resale already built inventory. Hi, my name is Roshan Victor. I'm a local realtor serving Fraser Valley, Greater Vancouver area. And if you are a first-time home buyer looking into Surrey, Langley, Cloverdale, South Surrey, Abbotsford, Mission, or all the way out in Chilliwack, this video is for you. The new GST rebate for first-time home buyers has created a lot of excitement around new construction. And yes, any savings are helpful at this time. But here is the problem. A rebate may make the deal look better than it really is. In the Fraser Valley, there are still many resale townhomes, condos, and even detached homes under $1 million. So before you commit to a brand new townhome or a condo or a row house or a duplex or a detached home, just because the GST may be reduced or eliminated, you need to ask yourself this one simple question. What else can I buy for the same money today? That question could save you thousands of dollars. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I share weekly updates on the Fraser Valley real estate market, buyer mistakes, seller strategies, and what is really happening behind those headlines. The GST rebate is helpful, but it is not the whole story. Let me be clear. I am not saying GST rebate is bad. For first-time home buyers, in fact for anybody, if the rebate is available, that is an absolute added bonus. Every little bit helps, especially in this economy. But the mistake is assuming that saving GST automatically makes a new home a better deal than what's available. It does not. For example, if a brand new townhome is priced at around $950,000 and a comparable resale townhome nearby, similar area, is listed for $875,000 or $900,000 for that matter, you need to look beyond the rebate. The resale home may already be giving you the discounts. It may have a better layout, larger rooms, a more established location, and a seller who is willing to negotiate. So yes, you may save GST on a new home. You may have the pride of you being the first owner. But if the purchase price is still higher than the comparable resale homes, the savings may disappear very quickly. And that is what I call the GST rebate trap. In the Fraser Valley, buyers have more choice than they actually realize. This conversation is very different in the Fraser Valley when you compare it to its neighboring cities like Vancouver or Burnaby. In Vancouver, under $1 million may not get you many options. But in the Fraser Valley, especially in areas like Surrey, Langley, Cloverdale, South Surrey, Abbotsford, Chilliwack, buyers still have lots of options. You can find resale townhomes, row houses, detached homes, and duplexes for under $1 million. Of course, condos included. Some are a few years old. Some are already built and established communities. Some have practical floor plan, better storage, bigger bedrooms, and more usable space. That is why you should not rush into a pre-sale just because the sales center highlights that rebate. When you have options, you compare. You compare price, you compare location, you compare room sizes, you compare strata fees. And once that's done, you also compare what is actually sold nearby. And most importantly, you compare the total cost, not just the tax savings. That's how you find great value in your purchase. The showhome can make you buy emotionally. One of the biggest risks with new construction is that presentation center. Everything is designed to look perfect. The lighting is perfect. The furniture is selected carefully. The finishes look beautiful. Floor plan looks clean. The furniture makes the space look bigger. The sales teams knows exactly how to present the opportunity. And here is what many buyers miss. The showrooms you're standing in may not be the same size, layout, or finish levels as the unit you are buying. Sometimes the display home is larger, sometimes the furniture is smaller, sometimes the upgrades are not included. Sometimes the rooms feel very different once the actual unit is completed. And by the time you find out, you may already be locked into a contract. And that is why I always suggest seeing resale homes first, walk through real properties, stand inside the bedroom, look at the kitchen, check out the garage, test the layout, see how the space actually feels. Once you have seen enough real homes or resale homes, you are less likely to get carried away by the stage presentation center. Resale gives you certainty. A resale home gives you something pre-sale cannot always give you. That is certainty. You can see the exact home, you can inspect it, you can review the starter document, you can check the real monthly strata fees, you can see the parking, storage, visitors parking, street, traffic, neighborhood, neighbors, and accessibility. You know what you're buying. With pre-sales, you're buying based on the floor plan, rendering, and a disclosure statement, and a future completion date. That does not mean pre-sales are bad. Please do not get me wrong. But it does mean there is more uncertainty for the first-time home buyer. Uncertainty can be very, very expensive. Your job could change. Interest rates could change. Mortgage qualification rules could change. Your family needs could change. The market entirely could change. And if the appraisal value at completion comes lower than what you purchased that contract for, you may have to bring more money to the table just to complete. These are real risks that buyers need to understand before signing. New does not always mean better. New construction can be attractive. You get modern finishes, warranty coverage, and the feeling of being the first person to live in that home. But new does not automatically mean better value. Always search for value. In many Fraser Valley communities, slightly older townhomes can have more practical layouts, bigger bedrooms, more storage, wider living space, better parking, more established neighborhoods, and sometimes better overall livability. A 5-year-old townhome may not feel old at all. It also depends on how the current owners have maintained it. But it may give you more space, more certainty, and more room to negotiate than a brand new pre-sale. So before you decide, ask yourself, am I buying this because it's truly the best option or because the rebate makes it feel like a deal? The question matters. If you're a first-time home buyer in the Fraser Valley, here is what I would do before buying a pre-sale. First, look at the resale homes in the same price range, not just one or two. See enough homes to understand the market. Look at townhomes that are 2 to 5 years old. Look at slightly older homes that are well maintained. Compare different neighborhoods. Second, do not just look at the advertised price or the rebate. Look at the purchase price, GST, property transfer tax, strata fees, legal fees, mortgage payments, insurance, upgrades, and closing costs. Third, understand what you're signing. With pre-sale, review the floor plan, deposit structure, assignment rules, estimated completion date, included features, and potential risks. And fourth, work with someone who knows the area. A townhome in Willoughby is not the same as the one in Fleetwood. Cloverdale is not the same as Abbotsford. And South Surrey is completely different to Sullivan. Local knowledge and context matters. So here's the bottom line. GST rebate can help first-time home buyers and definitely is a great incentive. But that should not be the reason you're making the decision to buy a brand new townhome. If a new townhome is priced well, located well, built by a reputable developer, has a practical layout, and compares strongly against resale, then yes, it may be worth considering. And in fact, it would be a better buy. But if the only reason it looks attractive is because of that GST rebate, slow down. Saving 5% does not help if you are overpaying by 10%. A rebate does not fix a bad floor plan. It does not fix a weak location. It does not remove completion risks, it does not guarantee future value, and it does not replace proper due diligence. In the Fraser Valley, buyers still have choices. You can look at resale homes, you can compare real layouts, you can negotiate with sellers, you can see what you are actually buying. So before you sign the pre-sale contract, go look at a tangible market product first. Compare the numbers, compare the homes, compare the neighborhoods, then make your decision. That is how you avoid that GST rebate trap. If you're thinking about buying your first home in Surrey, Langley, Cloverdale, or South Surrey, or anywhere in the Fraser Valley, when you reach out to me, I will help you compare new construction versus resale so you can make a smarter decision, not an emotional decision. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel. I share weekly insights on the Fraser Valley housing market, buyer mistakes, seller strategies, and real estate trends that really matter. And if you want to book a call with me, there's a link in my description below. Book a 15-minute no obligation consult. Follow me for real estate updates and insights. And until the next video, see ya.